Golden milk is a delicious fall drink, and I'm gonna show you how to make it. If you've never heard of golden milk, it is a turmeric-based drink originating from India. It's super delicious, super warm, spicy. It's got a bunch of delicious herbs and spices. We're gonna show you how to make it today. I'm gonna get some water loaded into my electric kettle pot thing. Traditionally, then I'm gonna get that started to warm up. Traditionally, this drink is a milk-based drink, but we're gonna do a water-based concentrate that you can put into milk, and we're gonna do that for a couple of reasons. For one, it's gonna last longer if you don't do milk. The milk's not gonna spoil and go bad, so it's gonna have a bit of a longer shelf life in your fridge. But it's also a little more friendly to, if you're a coffee shop, you're not stuck to one milk base. So, you can accommodate more people with different allergies, things like that. So it's a little bit more versatile if you do it in this way. It's kind of gonna end up being like a chai concentrate. If you've ever bought that, as a coffee shop or even at home, it's gonna end up like that. So that way you can make it on a moment's notice, it's gonna last a while, and it's gonna taste just as good. I'm gonna speed this up. I'm not gonna make you suffer through me peeling turmeric with a plastic serrated knife. Okay, I did a beautiful hack job on that. If you're at home, just use a peeler. It's gonna be a bit more neat than this. You can have a little bit of skin in there. It's not the end of the world since we're gonna strain this. But you're gonna add probably about 3 moderate-sized nubs to our 2 cups of water. You're just gonna slice it. You can even grate it. You just wanna get it thin so it's got a good amount of surface area. It's gonna get a good amount of flavor extraction from the water. So I'm just gonna do slices, but normally I do like to take a grater. Then it's got a ton more surface area. So obviously turmeric is the main ingredient, but we got a lot of other delicious things to throw in here. It's gonna be a warm, spiced drink. Honestly, I would wear gloves when using turmeric. You can probably already see my hands are just trashed. Very popular, if you didn't know, for dyes as a natural dye. You can probably see my water is already starting to turn that beautiful golden color, which is why that's called golden milk, because it's gold. Fun fact, I've actually natural dyed with turmeric before. It's really fun. So if you have leftover turmeric, you should try that. All right, that's the last of it. Please, please, please use fresh turmeric. It does make a difference for a number of reasons. It's gonna have better flavor, but it's not gonna be gritty from a powder either. So please go find local fresh turmeric root. It's gonna be way better. The next ingredient is ginger. So we're just gonna do the same exact thing, peel it, drain it in. The nice thing about golden milk is you can kind of do things to taste. So like if you want it to have a bit more of a ginger bite, you can add a little bit more ginger. But I would say you do technically want to lean a little more turmeric based with this, but a lot of times I love ginger, so I'll make it a little more ginger forward, but you can kind of customize it to taste. That's the nice thing about this, is you can kind of make it, taste it, say, it needs a bit more of this, needs a bit more of that, and adjust. So honestly, like if you see this size nub, for the 2 cups we're doing, I'd almost cut that in half. I think it's gonna be too ginger forward otherwise. Ginger is one of those I definitely like to grate instead of cut, mainly because cutting with this serrated knife is terrible. It's super fibrous, but it's just easier to just take a grater, grate it right in to the mixture. You can see our knife is a beautiful golden orange. Our table, it's a beautiful golden orange. You want to be careful when you're making this. It can stain your countertops. It can be nasty. Perfect. There's our ginger. Oh yeah, it's already smelling really strong, really good. Next, we're gonna add in some spices. Now the main one I like to add in is cinnamon. I kind of just eyeball these spices. I would say maybe half a teaspoon, but we're just gonna do a little. You don't want this to be overly cinnamony for sure, but it does add a little bit of spice. I don't know if you can see that, but a decent pinch, maybe half a teaspoon, And then we're gonna do about half a cup of light brown sugar. You can use any sweetener in this. I like to use light brown sugar. You can use honey, agave syrup. You don't want it to be too sweet, but just sweet enough to kind of take that bitter edge off of the turmeric. And again, I kind of just eyeball this, but half a cup for this should be about perfect. And then we're gonna do some cardamom. This is kind of the main spice in golden milk for me. It just adds a super aromatic flavor to this. And again, like I was saying earlier, I kind of like to do a lot of cardamom because I love cardamom. But I would say for a normal golden milk, maybe like 3 to 5 pods. We're just gonna do the quick mash, release the oils and flavors. Doesn't need to be, you know, powder, but just open them up, kind of like that. Drop those in. You use fresh cinnamon, you could do cinnamon sticks too. The fresher you can do with any of this, the better. Fresh spices, fresh turmeric, fresh ginger. It's gonna make your golden milk taste. You can even experiment a little bit with this too and add clove, vanilla, maybe a little bit of orange peel, just add a little bit of bright citrus to it. But this is a good base to start out with, and if you're making this for the first time, this is where I'd start. Just gonna give this a little stir. You can see our delicious stew is going. You could probably eat this. I wouldn't think it'd be too enjoyable. Oh, it smells so good. It's just so aromatic yet spicy. It's got that turmeric-y, gingery bite to it. So we're gonna let all of this sit and hang out for probably about 15 minutes. Let the flavors incorporate, maybe even evaporate a little bit. We do want this to be a bit concentrated. So we want this to be super dense and super packed with flavor. So that way when we add it to milk, it doesn't get thin and disgusting. So we'll see you in 15 minutes. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. As you can see, not only did we make a mess, but this is reduced down a lot. So now it should be beautifully concentrated, which means we can strain it. But would I suggest something more than a tiny funnel and mesh strainer for all of this? Yes, I would, but I don't have that luxury, so we're just gonna make this work. So you should be able to see it's real concentrated. And you're also going to see we really didn't yield that much. In all reality, I probably should have made way more of this. So I would say we roughly lost at least a cup and a half, 2 cups. You can scale this recipe up to as much as you want. This is honestly probably going to make maybe 2. This probably ended up yielding maybe about a cup after we put in 3 cups. So obviously it's super concentrated. We'll probably put in about 1 ounce, maybe 2 ounces per turmeric golden milk. That's going to be about a good ratio. So we'll probably only get maybe 2 drinks out of this. So definitely, if you want to have this for a little bit, scale this up. It's probably going to last for around 2 to 3 weeks in this state in the fridge, which is why we did it like this. So yeah, if you like this and you want to have it every day, just make it in bulk. We just did a little bit for a test, but that's the benefit of this is it's gonna last a while. So now we're gonna take our golden milk concentrate and we're gonna make it into a latte. You could almost call this a dirty golden milk. All right, we're gonna get our espresso brewing. And then in our milk pitcher, we're just gonna throw our milk in. We're gonna do about 6 to 8 ounces, normal latte ratios. We'll do 8, actually. And then we're gonna measure out, we're gonna do 1 ounce of our concentrate. We're gonna put that right into our milk and steam it with the milk. Espresso's done. So if you didn't want to put espresso in it, you just skip the espresso and just do this. Dish out 1 ounce as you're wanting it. Steam it. Steaming the golden milk is going to give it a delicious, frothy deliciousness that comes with steaming. So definitely steam it if you have an espresso machine. If you don't, you can always just heat it up in the microwave. So like I said, you're going to want to do about 1 ounce to every 6 to 8 ounces. Again, to your taste, if you want it stronger, not as strong. Just make it till it tastes good, you know? I'm actually gonna taste this just alone before I put the espresso in it. But as you can see, it's a delicious golden color. I almost am feeling like we're gonna need a little more in there. That's not bad, personally, for my taste. I want it a little stronger. I'm gonna do another ½ ounce. I think that's gonna be perfect. I like mine to have a pretty aggressive bite to it. But this right here, it's still got a nice creamy milkiness. Back end, it's still smooth. Doesn't have a super sharp bite. But I want a sharp bite. I want that ginger to hit me, you know? All right, that should be incorporated and better. Gosh, it's just so delicious and foamy. Add our espresso first. See if we can get any latte art with this. I'm gonna say no, because my latte art sucks. If you're better at latte art, let me know how to do it better in the comments below. I'm just trying here. It's also hard to get good foam on this machine, but I digress. There we have our golden milk latte. You can kind of see it's got a little bit of a golden milkiness to it. I've actually never seen a dirty golden milk before. I've seen golden milk at cafe restaurants. Never seen a espresso dirty golden milk before. And maybe there's a reason why, so let's try this. No, that's nice. That's good. I like that. It's subtle, it's smooth. I don't feel like the espresso fights with the golden milk. That's really good. I've loved golden milk for a long time. This might be a fun new way to make it. I think it's nice on its own because it's got that delicate, spice creaminess to it, kind of like a chai latte. But if you like golden milk, I definitely add some espresso to it. Give it a try because, man, it's got a strong espresso, the creamy milk, but then it's got that turmeric bite, that cardamom. I feel that aromaticness from the cardamom, and that's really well balanced. It's not overly sweet either. I didn't make this golden milk overly sweet. I kind of just put enough brown sugar in there to get a little bit of the bite of the turmeric and ginger down a little bit, but not enough to be sweet. And I feel like you taste a little bit of that milk sweetness, and it's not syrupy sweet. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, if you have an espresso machine at home, make this. It's delicious. If you want the recipes on how to make this, we are actually sending recipes, tips, tricks just like this right to your phone. So click the link below to join that. Comment, have you ever had golden milk? Have you ever tried it? If you haven't, why? You should try it right now. Like, go to the store today, buy the stuff to make it. It actually has a lot of health benefits, some immunity levels to it. It's very good for you too, so more excuse to drink this, especially have an espresso. So cheers, thanks for watching.